Good morning children and welcome to the class. This is class 6th, subject social science, chapter number 8 of history. So we are going to start the new chapter today. The name of the chapter is Ashoka, the emperor who gave up war. It's going to be our lecture number 1 of chapter 8, history. The topics that we will be covering today are number 1, an empire. Here we will learn what is an empire. Number 2, Maurya Empire. We will be learning the very important empire of Indian history, the Mauryan Empire, in this chapter. Number 3, important cities of Mauryan Empire, means the cities that the Mauryan Empire, the important cities they were having, where different officials, courtesans, they were living. Number 4, administration of Maurya Empire, means how the Mauryan rulers they were ruling. What were the different administrative officers there. Number 5, and at last the homework will be there on the basis of the topics covered in the lecture. So let's start with the first topic. What is an empire? An empire, a group of nations or states ruled by an emperor, is empire. It is different from a kingdom. So the group of states, or you can say the group of nations that is ruled by an emperor, that is known as an empire. And it is different from kingdom. Let's see how it is different from a kingdom. Number 1, empires are larger than kingdoms and needs to be protected by big armies. So the first difference is that empires they are bigger than the kingdoms and they need to be protected by the big armies. That's why the emperors they need the big armies there to protect their empire. Then the kings there in the kingdom. The next is empires need a larger number of officials who collect taxes. Here we will be learning about the officials, the people, those who were appointed by the emperors. They were there to collect the taxes from different people. So as the size is bigger than kingdom, so definitely larger number of officials were required there to collect the taxes. So these were the main differences between an empire and a kingdom. They are larger in size, so that's why they needs the big armies. They need the big number of officials. As the large number of people, the population is more there, more than the kingdoms. That's why the more people are there, and the people are more. That's why the officials they need to collect more officials. They need to collect the taxes. Okay, so this is an empire. Now Maurya Empire. Here in this chapter basically we will be reading about this particular empire, Maurya Empire. Chandragupta founded an empire more than 2300 years ago. He was the grandfather of great ruler Ashoka. So who was the founder of Mauryan Empire? The founder of Mauryan Empire was Chandragupta Maurya. And when did he found it? There more than 2300 years ago. Who was he? The great ruler Ashoka, he has the great importance in Indian history. So he was the grandfather of great ruler Ashoka. He was supported by a wise man named Chanakya. Chandragupta, the grandfather of Ashoka, supported by wise men named Chanakya. Means in his court one wise man was there who always supported Chandragupta, and his name was Chanakya. Chanakya was also known as Kautilya. Okay, so if the question is there, what is the another name of Chanakya? You will write there Kautilya. And he wrote one book. Chanakya's ideas were written down in a book named Arthashastra. So who was the writer of Arthashastra? Kautilya or Chanakya was writer of Arthashastra. And what is mentioned there in Arthashastra? The ideas of Chanakya were written there in this book Arthashastra about the administration of Maurya Empire. Arthashastra explained the administration of Maurya Empire. So this is about the Maurya Empire that we have covered. The founder of Mauryan Empire was Chandragupta Maurya, and he founded it near about 2300 years ago, and one wise man was there in his court named Chanakya. Chanakya wrote a book named Arthashastra. He explained in that book about the administration of Maurya Empire. Ashoka was the one of the greatest rulers of Indian history. As in the starting I told you that Ashoka had the great importance in the Indian history. So he was one of the greatest rulers of Indian history. The next topic is dynasty. What is this dynasty? When members of the same family become rulers one after another is known as dynasty. Okay, means the same family member, the members of same family, they become rulers one after another. That is known as dynasty. Here we can call Mauryan dynasty. How? Let's see. The Mauryas were a dynasty with three important rulers: Chandragupta, his son, then his son Bindusara, and Bindusara's son Ashoka. So the members of same family, they were having the throne one after another. They ruled one after another. So we can call it the dynasty. As we discussed, the dynasty means when the members of same family, they ruled one after another, that is known as dynasty. So here, as we talked, Chandragupta was the founder, then his son Bindusara was there, then Bindusara's son Ashoka. That's why we say that Ashoka was the grandson of Chandragupta, or we can say that Chandragupta was the grandfather of Ashoka. Clear? What is dynasty? What is empire? I think these both are clear to you. Now next thing is the important cities of Mauryan Empire. There were different cities there. Those were famous there at the time of Maurya Empire. So here we will discuss the three important cities. Those were famous at the time, and many of the merchants, officials, craftspersons, they were basically living in these cities. See what were the importance of these cities. Number one, Patliputra. It was the capital city of Mauryan Empire. It was the center for all the political activities. Obviously, if any city that is the capital of any empire, any country, any kingdom, so obviously it would be the center for all the political activities. So here also we have seen Patliputra. It was capital of the Mauryan Empire and center for all the administrative and political activities. Second that was famous, that was important, Takshila. It was the gateway to northwest, including Central Asia, northwest part of India. The Takshila that is there in northwest part of India. Basically, if we talk about the area at present, it is in Pakistan. So that was the gateway to northwest. Means the people, they used to go through Takshila in northwest of India, including Central Asia. Number 3 was Ujjain, that was famous. It was gateway from north to south in India itself. Ujjain, if you see the map, it is there in center of India, you can say, and it was gateway from north to south. Means the people, they used to go from north to south through Ujjain. That was the main city basically. The different other cities were also there, but these 3 cities, they were very much important at the time. As I told you, merchants, officials, craft persons, they were living in these cities. Okay, and Patliputra, that was center for all the official, all the political activities. On the other hand, if we talk about the areas in villages, there the farmers and herders, they were living. Okay, in some of such areas in Central Asia, they were forest and people, they were people gathered for forest produce and hunted animals. Okay, that was about the farmers or the people living in villages. Clear this? Important cities and the people in the villages, those who are busy in the activities like farming and herding. The next topic is administration of Mauryan Empire. Very important part here. The administration means how the different administrative officers, they were working there in the Mauryan Empire. If we talk about the emperor, he had the control over the complete empire. Okay, but different officials, different workers were there, those were doing different tasks. Like, as the empire was very large, so different parts ruled differently. Okay, empire was very large and different part means the part those were close to Patliputra, those places were there under the direct control of the emperor, and in other parts different other workers were there. Like, the areas around the Patliputra was in the direct control of the emperor, as I told you. Then let's see what other officials were there. Officials were appointed to collect taxes from different people like farmers, traders, herders, etc. So officials, some of the people, they were appointed as officials and they were there to collect the taxes. So what was the main work of officials? The main work of officials was to collect the taxes from different people. Clear? Next thing, many of these officials were given salaries. Means at the time, these officials, they were getting the salaries, okay, as they were working for the ruler. Messengers were appointed to keep a watch on officials. The officials, those were appointed for collecting taxes. Over them, some messengers were appointed and these messengers were there to keep a watch on the officials. And these officials, even they were punishing the people, those who were not obeying the rules of the emperor. Okay, but on officials, whether they are working well or not, some messengers were there, those were keeping an eye on them whether they were working well or not. Clear? So, but if we talk about emperor, the main power was there in the hand of emperor only, and he was having the watch on everyone. Let's see some more people. The emperor supervised all officials, messengers, ambassadors. Clear? So main power was there in the hand of emperor only, and the work of officials, messengers, ambassadors. Ambassadors means the people, those who were taking the news to the other lands, or the other lands messengers, they were coming to them. These ambassadors were also there. So all these, they were supervised finally by the emperor. Clear? Now some of the provinces means the state. Clear? Their different governors were appointed. Like royal prince were governors in different provinces or states. Provinces mean states, the part of the empire, you can say. So royal prince, some of the people from the that particular kingdom, okay, means from empire, from their family, those royal prince, they were appointed as governors in some of the states. Clear? So this is about the administration of Mauryas. Mauryas also tried to control roads and rivers. This is also one of the things that about the Mauryan Empire that we will be doing in the chapter, that they tried to control the roads and rivers. What was the reason for that? The reason was so that for transportation they could use roads, they could use the rivers for the water transport. Clear? And they wanted to control the roads because that was the main source of the tax also. And what type of the trade that was done at the time? Here you will see that Arthashastra explained that the northwest part was famous for blanket and South India was famous for gold and precious stone. Clear? So here, as we talked about, they tried to control roads and rivers for transportation, for trade work. And what type of trade is mentioned? In Arthashastra it is mentioned that northwest part was famous for the blankets and South India was famous for the gold and precious stone. So this is all about the administrative system of Mauryas and the trade they were doing. The next is tribute. As you might know about the taxes, okay, the amount that people paid to the government for getting the different government facilities. So this is also like that only, but it is not a fixed amount. Let's see what is the meaning of this tribute. Unlike taxes which were collected on a regular basis and when it was possible from people who gave a variety of things more and less willingly, means that was not fixed for them. Basically the people, those who were living there, they were giving these tributes themselves to please the ruler, to please the empire. That was the amount that they were giving them more or less willingly. Okay, because the reason was there for giving the tribute to please the king, to make the king happy, to make the officials happy. Okay, so that was not fixed like taxes. That's why it is written here, unlike taxes, that is you can say the type of the part of their produce or whatever they were giving, they were taking that, they were giving that on the regular basis but it was less or more willingly. Okay? The reason was the reason, obviously it was the main reason to please the king or the officials. Clear? So different people, those who were living there, they were giving the different material to the emperor. That is the tribute. Next is the emperor and the capital city. Megasthenes wrote an account about the emperor. Now the question arises, who is this Megasthenes? Clear? So here what is given there? Megasthenes was the ambassador from the Greek ruler Seleucus Nicator, and he wrote about the Indian emperors and the capital cities. Clear? So see, who was he? Megasthenes was an ambassador of Greek ruler Seleucus Nicator. The Greek ruler Seleucus Nicator sent an ambassador there in Chandragupta Maurya's court. He was sent to Chandragupta's court. He wrote a book named Indica. Okay, so Megasthenes wrote a book named Indica, in which he explained about the Indian emperors and capital city. So who sent him? He was sent by the Greek ruler Seleucus Nicator. Clear? He was ambassador there in Chandragupta's court. He explained about the emperors there. Clear? How the emperors, they were going on the processions there among the people. Clear? And how they were taking the food. Like one of the incident, it is mentioned here. According to Megasthenes, the king was surrounded by armed servant. He had the special servant to taste the food before he ate. The reason? Because the person, the servant who was tasting the food before he ate, so that they could see that there was no poison there in the food. So it was tasted before the king ate. This was the reason. So this is explained by Megasthenes there, who was the ambassador of Greek ruler Seleucus Nicator. So that's it for today's lecture. Today now it's turn for homework. As we have done the different topics today, let's recall them. Like we have done the meaning of empire, we have done the Mauryan empire, we have done difference between kingdom and empire, then we have also done the administration of the Mauryas, the trade, then tribute we have done, then little about we have done about Megasthenes also. Let's see the questions. Question number 1 is, who was Chanakya? What was the name of his book? Mention 3 important cities, important and big cities of Maurya Empire. Number 3, who was the founder of Mauryan Empire? Number 4, what do you mean by tribute? Number 5, who sent Megasthenes to the court of Chandragupta? So these are the questions that you will attempt there in your fair register. That's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day.